Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. It is a dreary Saturday in the Ozarks, but we got happy things going on in the studio today. It is 10 on the 10th, which means I'm showing you 10 plus Christmas cards, and it's Shout Out Saturday, so that means that I get to pull 5 names from my box of subscribers and send all of my friends over to their channels to check out and see what they're doing. So I'm really excited for Saturday. I always love to share my friends with you guys. So we're going to start off with, if you remember on the 31st of March, I had this paper pumpkin that I broke down. And it was all about these stockings, and I have one left, that I had turned into the Blessed Yule banner to hang in my studio. But I had all of these, let me get my pointer here so my fat finger's not in the way. I had all of these little pieces left, the banner pieces. There were 10 banner pieces with snowflakes, 10 with Christmas trees. So keep in mind that's a total of 20 banners with items on them. But there were only 10 of the cherry cobbler banners, and then there were 10 plain white banners that were just like these but did not have the image on them. So I set those aside. I knew those were going to be the Christmas cards that I made for 10 on the 10th. And that would let me finish breaking down that paper pumpkin. So, what I did first, let's see, I kept a couple of the pieces here. This is the plain white banner. And I just cut the snake tongue off, the banner tip off, and that took this down to 2 3/8 inches by 1.5 inches. So it's 1.5 inches this way. And then by trimming off that banner, I took it down to 2 3/8. And then I cut a piece of cherry cobbler, 1 5/8 by 2 5/8, which gave me the perfect mat for a sentiment. Okay, so we got that. So that's how I used up the 10 plain white banner pieces. But in a minute, I'll show you why I cut out an additional 10 in that 1.5 by 2 3/8 size. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. So here is one of the Christmas cards. This is one of the banners with the Christmas trees. Then I matted it with the red, or the cherry cobbler banner, just like they showed in the picture. But then here's the white piece that I did, where I cut the tail off and matted it on the cherry cobbler. And then I stamped the sentiment from the stamp set here, Merry and Bright, from the stamp set that came in that paper pumpkin. I stamped it in Teresa Collins, which is a color box, in the, what do they call this one? Gold Shine. And then I embossed it with gold embossing powder that I had in my stash. This is Detail Gold from Stampendous. And I'm not sure if either one of those are available anymore, but they're in my stash and I'm going to use them. There we go. So I had that all set up, and then this corner looked really empty. Excuse me, it's still early. I did not have any cherry cobbler enamel dots. Did you know that you can make enamel dots out of any color that you want? It's super easy. Take a standard 1/4 inch hole punch off just your standard office hole punch, and punch out your 1/4 inch dots, and mount them onto a surface such as a piece of paper, parchment, wax text, something that you're going to be able to lift them back off of, and hold them down with just a simple single glue dot to hold them in place, and then go over them with glossy accents, or in this case, Folk Arts glass paper finish. But it's the same thing. It will give you a dimension to that cardstock dot, and you instantly have an enamel dot in any color that you want based on what color you punch your little dots out of. So that is the way to make your own enamel dots. So here's the cards. I wound up with 10 of these in the Christmas tree. And now remember, I had 10 of these Christmas tree banners with this one. but I also had 10 of them that had the snowflake. So what I did, I pulled out Night of Navy cardstock, and I did cut the same banners from Night of Navy. Whoops. Cut the same banners from Night of Navy. And then I cut the same size white mat just out of plain white cardstock, matted it on Night of Navy cardstock. And then the background paper, so I didn't have to do the enamel dots, and I didn't have that starch white on the background. I cut pieces from a retired paper pad, Feels Like Snow, and you've seen me use that one before. Or Feels Like Frost, excuse me. And I cut out several different patterns from that paper. There's that one. There's that one. I did 4 different pages, I think. And this one. And let me scoot these down. There we go. So I did all my mats in Night of Navy. I matted the Feels Like Frost card or designer series paper on Night of Navy cardstock bases. And then I stamped the word joy from the stamp set in the Teresa Collins gold shine and embossed it with the gold embossing powder. That's simple. So I wound up with 10 of these and 10 of the red. So instead of 10 on the 10th, we have 20 on the 10th. And that is a great addition to my Christmas card collection. Maybe on the next 10 on the 10th, I'll tell you where we stand on how many I have. And we will take it from there. So there are the Christmas cards for 10 on the 10th. And then some. So now I'm going to show you. We're going to pull out draw our 10 names for, our 5 names rather. I've got the 10th on my brain. Going to pull out 5 names for our Shout Out Saturday. Now, while I can see that the names here are on the counter and you can see that I'm pulling, my eyes are directly across the room looking out at the dreary Ozarks day. And we have, there's one. I kind of have to rub my fingers and feel to make sure I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So for this week, we are giving a shout out to Lori No. And you all know if I don't say your names correctly, you understand that who I mean. Maria's Miscellany, Cathy Flores, Denise Thomas, and Monica Taylor. Now I'm going to link the channel links for these 5 ladies down below in the description box. Please take time to go over and say hello and let them know that you heard about their channel from my channel. Because, you know, what goes around comes around. And someday we may, if we haven't already, we may be drawing your name next if you're a subscriber to my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you back here. What's today? Saturday? Nothing on Sunday. Hopefully I'll be back here on Monday. We'll see how the weekend goes. I'm trying really hard to get garden seeds planted and get stuff in before it gets too late on me. So I will try to be back here on Monday, but no promises. I just give up trying to promise dates anymore, at least until I finish getting things lined out. So in the meantime, creative blessings.